The song is Can't Explain. The title is Won't Explain versus Can't Explain. So what is all of this, huh? Well, I'm going to go over the cards with you. There's quite a few of them. But can't explain is when you have that feeling inside, but you just can't really put it to words. Won't explain is the mode I want you to be in, where you don't have to explain yourself. Right now, we're going through a tremendous change in projects, in soul contracts. A lot of us that have done our soul contracts have realized that we're even beyond what we projected. So, for instance, if you wanted a cat castle, maybe you're going to rewrite that and just stay on the spaceship and not even do an earthly project. That's an example that I give about me. Okay. We're just leaping and bounding so fast that we start a project, we want to do something, we want to be with someone, something, and then we expand so fast that we leave it behind. So for instance, when I gave you that analogy of being in Des Moines, and then we all get up at 7 in the morning, but some of you aren't going to meet us in Washington, in Aberdeen, Washington, at the same time, because some of you went out the night before and are now in jail, hungover. Something happened. Well, yesterday, Des Moines got hit by a tornado. I don't know the results, but I know that it was in a storm. So see, everything that I mention is for a reason. I channel from Astro. Okay, so we're rewriting, we're redoing. And the reason I'm explaining this to you is because I can explain some things. Some things I can explain because it's real simple. You are advancing past what you've projected. People are not fulfilling their end of the bargain in your soul contract, so you're blowing past them. Just like on the interstate, right? You put on that, you're driving down the interstate, you put on that left-hand signal blinker, right? What is that for? Yep, you're going to get in the left lane and pass these slow mother effers, right? We're blowing past everybody. The energy today is the Death card, and I want to go back to won't explain, okay? You can't explain why you no longer want to have a pet castle. You no longer can explain why your heart isn't with so-and-so, okay? You can't explain these things. But you can explain your new things that you want to do. And they may be really bizarre, like I want to stay on my spaceship like Star Trek every day and just come and help people here and there, right? That sounds bizarre to people listening in a 3 and 4D mindset. But if you're in a 5D mindset and higher, you're like, yeah, we got you, Miss Mystic. We know what you're doing. You're blowing past all this 3 and 4D shit. And I am. And I'm leaving them all behind. I'm the car in the lead. Vroom, vroom. Okay, so I've got my Obsession perfume here. I love Obsession. We'll do another commercial for perfume. Okay, so now with the won't explain, I don't want you to have to explain to people. When someone comes up to you or someone texts you or whatever and says, "What project are you working on?" I don't have to explain to them that I want to stay on my spaceship full time. I don't have to explain to them that I want a pet castle. Okay? I don't have to explain anything. So we have to figure out the difference between can't explain and won't explain. And you don't have to explain yourself. So they want you to start bringing yourself back into you in that car. You don't have to explain why you put on your left turn signal. You don't have to explain why you want to listen to Scorpions jamming out on the radio, right? That's a thumbnail of the Scorpions back in the day. There's a lot of before and after pictures too out there. I find them really fun to watch. I'm getting younger and younger, so I like to see my before and after pictures. Okay, so this is what's going on. We're blowing past the slow riders. Okay? We're blowing past them, and we don't have to explain. As long as we're not speeding, we're putting on our turn signals, we're jamming out to Scorpions where we're not being infected or affected by it, right? We're good to go. We're going to be the first ones to arrive. We're going to be the first ones to start our projects. We're going to be the first. The last shall be first. That's Ronnie James Dio, I believe. And Slow Ride was Foreigner, I believe. I hear songs all the time. It's just constant. My head is just one big jukebox. Okay, so we're going to go in and talk about the death card is the main energy, okay? The death card is the main energy. And let's go ahead and turn our radio off. We like bows. Okay, so the death card here was first with ascending. So everything I just said is these two cards, okay? Everything I just said. So let's go ahead and put you guys up here. And let's see if I can get this to sit up here. There. Okay, here's our cards. And we had the love potion, the water sign, and have faith and prayer conversations with God. So watch the water. I keep hearing them say that. Have faith and prayer and conversations with God. Because as I said yesterday, they're still messing with you. And what I meant by that was they don't want you to get your real love. And that could be part of the reason why you're rewriting your soul contract, because your partner isn't coming in fast enough. So you're just going to redo your soul contract. Maybe you have a, what do they call it? A super fuckwit, where they just can't get their shit together. So you're going to keep moving forward. There's a lot of fish in the sea. I just heard in this water card, there's a lot of fish in the sea. Okay, then in reverse, we have a few cards. We have the Playboy, Purity, and Mechanical Responses in reverse that didn't go on the shorts. And that's good, because that's just what I said about your soul contract being rewritten. You're not putting up with Playboys, narcissists, male or female. You want someone that's pure and not a mechanical response. You don't want someone just to tell you you're beautiful because they know that that will make you happy. You want someone to tell you you're beautiful because they mean it. We've got the divine feminine that didn't get on the shorts with awkward silences, just meaning that the feminine here, I'm talking mostly to your feminine side. When you have a male and a female, usually the female is more on the emotions type, the more on the writing the soul contract type, and the divine opportunities in reverse. So again, I'm feeling like you're putting an end to the old contract again. We're doing this about every month, aren't we? Because people, again, all right, you're going down that interstate and you're supposed to meet at the motel, and they stop off and go to the bar. They stop off and do stuff. It's a distraction. It gets them off center. And you're just cruising. You're doing everything right. You're just cruising along, and you're going to be the first in line. They're going to be the last in line. They're not going with you. They think that they can just keep playing this bullshit game and you're going to be waiting around. Well, secrets are being revealed, the high priestess in reverse, and you're saying goodbye and you're letting go, okay? And that was in reverse, so that tells me you already have. We've already done this in Astro. This is like past tense of a video. Keep talking with your animals because they're giving you lots of messages. Now, in the shorts, when he talks about a sadness in your head, the Nine of Swords came out, and that's even the picture of her having a headache with all these decisions to make. You don't want to be like that, all right? Then when he's saying something about love, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of prima donnaism came up. The Ace of Cups. So listen to the shorts and really watch the part that talks about in your head and love at the end. It's at the end of the shorts because these were the two cards that showed itself, and it's perfect. Justice and Temperance were the main endings. So the angels got this, like I said yesterday, and justice is being served. We're balancing out our soul contract. We're not leaving it tipsy-turvy. We're not sitting around waiting. I know I might say you're waiting for, but we're actually not sitting around waiting for nothing. We're blowing right past all these slow folks. We have a new beginning. We're taking that leap of faith. We're putting on that left turn signal, and we are passing all these slow people. And then in the middle, all four cards were in reverse. So your contemplation's over. The Five of Pentacles is my contemplation card. Last night in Astro was I'm finally sick of this shit. And we just had a really big meeting, and we put an end to our old soul contract. Now, for those of you that weren't there, that are keeping your soul contract, this could be future influence, because the people that you're waiting on, wrote in, are with, they're not living up to what they're supposed to be living up to. Maybe you were in the shower and they took off and went down to the bar and got drunk. And you're like, no, I'm not putting up with that shit. He should have been waiting for me when I got out of the shower. Okay? So your contemplating is in reverse. Some of you have contemplated and figured it out and said, okay, enough is enough. Some of you, you're going to find out that this is happening. Because Judgment's in reverse. Badass Success, the Six of Wands is in reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles was in reverse. So it's no longer an in and out energy, the Ace of Wands. It was in reverse. So you've made up your mind. And that's what we were doing last night in Astro. We were rewriting and saying we're not going to get into a Nine of Swords. We are going for our Ace of Cups. And if I have a super fuckwit, then he is staying behind. Final card out is the Two of Wands, which is courageous and daring. So yeah, you have to be courageous and daring. Put on the scorpions in your car. You got to move forward. You can't be a follower. You have to be a leader, because this is it. This is our ascension, and this is our transition. Right back where we started from, the death card and the ascension card. Okay, you guys, I am Miss Mystic, and I want to thank you for listening.